Hi, folks. I'm Darin Holden, Executive Director of Camp Anokijig, and I'm coming to you from historic Western Lodge, sitting high above Little Elkhart Lake on Friday night. And it has been a great week. In fact, sorry it's taking so long to get us this video out to you, but we've had to punt a little bit this week. Had a lot of different things going on. In fact, we just had another little rainstorm come through, and we had to clear out the lodge to have the final campfire right in here. In fact, as you might hear them in the background as I'm talking. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Now I'm coming here to you today to just give you a bit of an update on your arrival here at camp this Sunday for your child's first days of camp for summer camp 2024, our 99th season here at Anokijig. So, right now the kids from week one they're having that final campfire. They'll be loading up to go home tomorrow. And we're looking forward to your child arriving Sunday and having their great time at camp. So we want to make sure that you have a great experience getting in and out of camp. So this video will help to show you that way, hopefully. We're anxious to get them here to have some fun. Now, I do want to make a very quick apology on something, though. The office staff and I know that many of you have had a very frustrating time struggling with our new registration and form systems. Now, those systems definitely did not live up to the claims of the computer designer that we were working with. And the intent was to have a system to allow you a more ease of registration and ease of putting forms in, and to give you some access to your child's trading post store accounts during their stay at camp when you were at home. Now, unfortunately, these particular programs have come with numerous bugs, and we've been working tirelessly on trying to address any of the issues that people have brought up, and we keep working towards that. Our registration folks in the office really feel terrible that anybody has had a negative experience with these systems. It's just not the level of customer service that we strive for. But at this time, the systems seem to be working. Registration system, the payment system, buy in the store credit, putting your trading post deposits in, and the forms version, they all are working well. However, at this time, the ability for you to see those store purchases at home during the week, unfortunately, is not fully ready for prime time. If you logged in the middle of the week, you're just going to see the original deposit that you put in. So we'll let you know if that system gets up and running, and we can start to broadcast that to you. But until then, if your child gets a little low on money, well, we'll just give you a call like we always have. Now, do remember for the future, however, that the website that you do all the money stuff on, that you did the registration on, that you do your payments and your trading post deposit, well, that's a totally separate website than the one where you did the forms in it. And because it's a totally separate website from two different places, there are unique logins and passwords for each of those systems. And I think that's what's confused people the most. You're not going to the same place. And we'll keep on trying to improve the system and make it easier to work with. And we ask for your patience as we work through all the bugs. Do rest assured that your camper's experience at camp will be much smoother and more enjoyable than the computer stuff. We're experts at providing great camper experiences and outrageous fun and really life-changing experiences. And that's what's always uppermost in our minds, even if the computer systems don't agree and don't want to play along. So let's talk about the check-in of your child. If your child's riding a bus, the email that you got this video from will have a departure times for your stops. We ask that you arrive about 15 minutes ahead so you can get all checked in and all loaded and still keep on the schedule. You'll be looking for either a yellow school bus or a yellow minibus or a white bus that's all tattooed up with Anokijig stuff, or a Suburban that will have an Anokijig side going along with it. Now, if you are bringing your child to camp, in your email, you've been sent an arrival window time. Basically, we've split the camp into 3 groups so that every 30 minutes or so, there's 3 or 4 sections moving into camp. Now, hopefully this will make your check-in experience a little bit better and be a little more pleasant and quicker instead of 350 people trying to mash in all at the same time. So we ask that you don't come earlier than your allotted time slots. However, if you have multiple kids and they have different time slots, feel free to come to the earliest of those time slots. Parking is always a premium here, always has been, and now more so than ever that we've got the construction of Centennial Lodge going on right off of our parking lot. So the schedule has been designed to get a certain number of cars in and out without having a big traffic jam. Now, if you do arrive early, we will need to have you park in a temporary parking lot that is just near our main parking lot. And you'll park there until the lot clears out a little bit and there's a space for your car to move in. Now, when you come to camp, right on the camp road, you'll meet by a little crew of people that are going to look your name up and check you into camp. They're going to put a sign on your windshield indicating your child's living section, and we'll put another sign in if you need to drop off medications. So when they do that, that is your official check-in at camp. If you have all your paperwork and fees in, you'll receive your golden ticket. And that ticket you're going to present to the living area staff once you get to the sections, and that way they know that you kind of passed all the tests and have all your stuff in. Now, if you don't have everything in, you'll receive a little white placard. That'll go on your window, and that'll allow the parking attendants to direct you to where the main office check-in tent is. You can stop there in a short time, complete that paperwork, and then receive your golden ticket. Please note, though, if you sent stuff in here today on Friday, the office staff will not have had a chance to verify that information. So it might not show up on that check-in as being in. But we might need to have you do that quick stop at the registration tent and make sure that we got everything we need. Now, after you do that main check-in, you'll proceed to the main parking lot where you'll be directed to your child's sectional drop-off area. There's 3 parking lots off that parking lot. As you pass through, if you're one of those that has medications to drop off, the med tent or the nurse's tent will be right there. You can park, you can turn in your medications, so have them out and separate so you don't have to dig for them. And do remember when you turn in medications at camp, they have to be in the original prescription bottle or in the original packaging with the directions on it that came with them. We can't have any open pill organizers to spread out those for the nurses to give those pills. When you get parked in your camper's actual parking area, a staff member will direct you to a luggage trailer or a holding area for your camper's luggage, and that's where you can put all that luggage. In the back, on the back of your section sign that was on your windshield, you will also find a camp map. At that time, we'll ask you to gather your children's bedding and their swimwear, so keep that separate when you come. And the rest of the luggage will follow later, unless you'd like to skip that trailer and go ahead and actually carry your luggage right to the section. Now, at the section, once you get there, you're going to meet with your child's staff, you're going to exchange any information you like, and you're going to help set up their bed. And here's the tough part, though. Then you got to say your goodbyes and load up for a safe ride home. And to alleviate traffic and parking issues, and to allow the camp orientations to get started on time for the kids, it will be important for parents to make their stay brief in those sections. 5 to 10 minutes is what we're looking for. And then we'd ask you to head back to your car for a safe ride home. Now, during all this time, the camp trading post is going to be open. So you can stop there and purchase if you like and go shopping, or you can put in a deposit there if you want. But we do ask that if you do plan to visit the trading post, you leave your car parked in the area that it originally was parking and walk to the store from there instead of moving your car. Another reminder also that to have your child's current account balance show up at the check-in area, you'll need to make sure you get that in by 4 p.m. on Saturday so that we can get that all organized. Now, when you do leave camp, you're going to take that window sign with you, because besides having the map on it, on the back of it, it's also got your child's check-out time for next Saturday. That we do instead of 3 waves, we do 2 waves, one starting at 9 and one starting at 9:30. Yeah, at that time, we'll already have the kids in the parking area. We'll have their stuff in the parking area. So you can pull in, load up, and turn around, head for home very quick and easily. We're also going to send you out an email probably on Friday, just to remind you of that timing, so that you don't have to remember so much. Now, as I mentioned before, our biggest concern is always the health and safety of your camper and their camper experience. Having come through the pandemic just a few years ago, we learned that stressing that people come to camp as healthy as they can is really key to that effort. Now, we're glad we can now run camp as we did before the pandemic and not have to jump through all the hoops we did back then. To this end, we're looking for parents to really take care. We do encourage people to have vaccinations for communicable diseases because we think it helps, but we don't require it. More importantly, we'd like you to do just what the daycare asked you to do when you sent your kids there. What they ask is what we ask. That if your child in the last 48 hours or so has been sick, has had a fever, shows signs and symptoms of some kind of illness, we ask you to keep them home. Let them recover, and we can find another time for them to come to camp. If they've been sick in those last couple of days, give us a call. Give us a call, and we'll see if we can't arrange something else. Maybe he can come a little later after the symptoms have passed in another day or so, or maybe she can go to a different session. But this way, by us all taking on that care and concern, we can make sure that everybody stays safe at camp, the campers and the staff. I know it can be a tough call to tell a kid that they need to delay their stay at camp, but we do need to in order to help keep all safe. So we look forward to seeing you here at camp for a bunch of outrageous fun and some great adventures, and really the experience of a lifetime. Our theme day this week is going to be Star Wars, so be sure you bring your Force with you and come ready for a really great time. Until then, we ask you to drive safe, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me at camp. My email is where this message has come from. So if you got questions, you can message me right off of that. I watch it all the time. So see you soon. And as we say at Anokijig, Rick Tick.